Okay, hi. Well, I always use that as my fun fact, and then people are like, oh, you're a really great bowler, and I'm like, no, I'm just kind of above average. So, which is true, but I do have my own bowling ball with my name engraved, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know me, my name's Charity. I'm a sophomore and I'm studying math education. For those of you who know me, you also know that I love to laugh.
Yes.
This has always been my reputation. So all through school, everybody always knew me as Charity, the energetic, bubbly Christian girl who laughs at everything. And if you don't know me, I really do laugh at everything. I never really let anyone in. This has allowed me to live a happy life without ever having to face my problems, but let it be known that this is actually a very unhealthy way to live. It was a fun reputation to have, and although I really do carry a lot of true joy in my heart, I struggled when it became clear to me that nobody really knew who I was. I'm fortunate to have grown up in a Christian household where Sundays were spent at church and brunch and summers were filled with vacation Bible school. I gave my life to Christ at a young age, however, I definitely still had my doubts in God. Although they didn't officially divorce until I was in 8th grade, I have no recollection of my parents being happily married. I actually remember never wanting to be around them at the same time due to their constant arguments. This, along with growing up with 5 siblings, made the house just a little bit chaotic. My dad was not there a lot of my childhood, which left my mom to juggle all 6 of our schedules by herself. At a very young age, I realized that it was completely my responsibility to know and keep track of everything going on in my life. Because of this, I became very anxious and found it was easiest to just push my feelings under the rug and avoid them. I began to love the secrecy. I loved that I could show up at soccer practice or school and not have my teammates, friends, or teachers know anything about me. Everyone has their own stuff going on, was often afraid as I was told, which led me to hide even further. I was ashamed of my family and thought that if anyone knew I couldn't sleep because my parents were arguing or that my brothers were in and out of jail, they would no longer love me or be my friend. In order to earn the acceptance of others, I put my absolute best effort into school and soccer. Fast forward to a year ago, I was now a UWSP pointer playing soccer on the women's soccer team. I honestly hated Stevens Point, but I was really happy I got to continue playing the sport I love. There was a senior on my team who attended Athletes in Action regularly, and I went with her because although I was uncertain that a strong relationship with God was really all what people had made it out to be, I didn't want to grow distant with my faith in college. I had this desire to grow closer to God, but at the same time, I actually thought that it was okay to drink and party because this is what college freshmen do, and I seriously thought that God just knew I was a college freshman, so he was okay with that. He's not. After falling out with some of my friends, I became doubtful that God's plans for my life really consisted of drinking and partying. God revealed to me that, again, I had been doing these things in order to hide from my problems and seek approval. I was no longer hungry for approval from those around me, but so hungry for the approval of God. This is when God revealed to me the power that lies in community. It was at this point of feeling lost and incredibly lonely that my current roommate fell into my lap. I knew she was quite literally sent from heaven when we met each other for the first time, and she told me she had been praying about her roommate situation. Okay, I thought I was strong in my faith at this point, but this girl just told me that she had been praying for her future roommate. I knew I had some growing to do. Later the same week, I got coffee with a friend from AIA who invited me to attend Cru with him that night. I promised him he'd see me there, making no more excuses. It was there at Cru that a random upperclassman sat next to me, introduced herself, and invited me to a women's event that weekend. I committed right away as it gave me a logical reason to not be able to go out and drink. At this event, I was immediately welcomed by a group of people I didn't even know. It was my first time meeting these people, yet I felt no reason to hide who I was. I then committed myself to get involved with Cru my sophomore year, knowing that this was the community of people I needed to be surrounded with. Galatians 4:9 says, "But now that you have come to know God, or rather be known by God, how can you turn back again to the weak and worthless elementary principles of the world whose slaves you want to be once more?" Through my involvement with Cru, God has shown me what it looks like to be truly known and loved, despite how messed up I tend to think I am. I realize now that I wasn't just hiding my life from my friends, but from God too. While this is an area I'm still working on, I now see all the benefits of living a life full of vulnerability. I no longer fear, but rather long for people to know the true me behind all my dumb jokes, because I know that this is the only way I can and will be recklessly loved. If you want to hear more of the awesome ways God has moved in my life, just want to say hey, or want to hear one of my incredibly many dumb jokes, find me in the back after Cru.